Hello, everybody. Welcome to another X Picks. Today, I'm going to be doing my review of the Star Wars Black Series Darth Vader helmet by Hasbro. I'm really excited about this. Darth Vader has always been one of my favorite villains since childhood. So to actually get a hold of his helmet is really cool. It looks like this is going to be a three-piece set, as you can see right down here. So you have the top of the helmet, the faceplate, and then the bottom part. So I'm really curious to see how well they put all this together. Plus, it has apparently sound effects and stuff, so that sounds pretty neat. So I'm really looking forward to this review. I can't wait to get this thing open. So, first off, I want to thank everybody who has subscribed. You're very much appreciated. Thank you very much. And for anybody who does watch this review and does like this video, then I please ask that you subscribe and check out my Star Wars playlist as well. So, without any further ado, let's get to the review. So here's the helmet in packaging. This thing is huge. This is a big packaging. I can't wait to get this open. But first off, you have this side here. So you have a nice picture of the helmet. It shows that it comes apart. It has sound effects. You got the Star Wars Black Series logo there. Darth Vader. You have another picture of all three pieces put together with almost like a X-ray view. Some of the fine points of the helmet. Okay. That way so you can see it a little bit better. Spinning around here. You get a nice side view of the helmet with an X-ray piece here so you can see the bottom half. Star Wars Black Series, Darth Vader. Alright, on the side here, you get a nice picture of Darth Vader. You also get some nice art here as well. Hasbro. I do actually like this. This looks really nice because this almost looks like a penciling of Vader. So I really like the art that they use for that. All right, spinning around here. All right, let's get that positioned a little bit better. There it goes. So you got another picture of the helmet, all three pieces, iconic sound effects, Star Wars Black Series, age restriction, takes 2 batteries, and Darth Vader over here. And once again, you kind of get the same thing all the way around. There's nothing like really that spectacular with the packaging. So you get the mask, the 3 pieces, Star Wars Black Series, Darth Vader. All right. Look around to the top. You get this nice side picture of Darth Vader's helmet, Star Wars Black Series, and then the underneath, you got a little bit of legal. So, with all that being said, let's open them up and see what he's about. Alright, so now that I got this thing apart and out of packaging, let's see how well all this looks. So first off, you have the dome. Okay. So there's the dome there. Spinning around. You got this side. You got the back. And come around to this side. Back a little bit so you can see it a little bit better. And then back around to the front. Now, there isn't much to say about the dome. It pretty much is as you see. You know, you got that gloss black, which, you know, it should be. And it's supposed to fit on top of everything else. There's not much here. There are little pieces here at the top of the second part of the helmet clips into. So we'll see how well all that works later. Okay. Put that over there. Next up, got the faceplate. Alright. So this looks pretty cool. I like the detail to this. So you got the red eyes. You got the front piece. That looks pretty cool. You look at the top. That looks very much like how you saw in the movies. Alright. And what it looks like here is these are little metal pieces. So I'm thinking that the parts in top are like magnets, so they clip on better together. I hope so. All right. You can look from it from this side. You get more of that, patchwork. All right. And then, of course, you get the inside here. You get this strap that goes around your head. Then you get all that cool detail. All right. So all that looks really nice. I do like that. All right. And you got padding up here for your head. So that's pretty cool. That over there. Now the bottom piece is actually two parts. So you got this front piece here. All right. Look at it from the side. Spinning around here. Now you get all this detailing in here, which is really nice. So you got the pieces that are his life support. You got like all these cables and stuff like that in here. Right here is where the batteries go into. All right, this is your sound effects. And unfortunately, that's all the sounds you get with this. I think I would have liked, if you're going to have a sound pack on here, maybe have like different iconic Darth Vader quotes. That breathing part actually doesn't sound like his normal breathing. To me, it sounds more like how he sounded in Return of the Jedi when Luke took the helmet off, because it has more of a gasping for air sound other than his normal, Darth Vader breathing. But that's just my thought. That's how it sounds to me. The speaker is right here, so it's right up in the front. So that's pretty cool as well. So this is definitely a cool looking piece. And then, of course, you get the back to it. All right, so you get this studded, effect, very much similar to what you saw in Empire when you see the dome come down on them from behind. You get this padding here that's semi-soft. I don't know how well it's going to feel on the back of the neck, but you have these little holes here on either side. They just clip right into these pieces here and so forth. So as a display piece, this thing will look very cool. You know what? Let's see if I'll just pop it together real quick so we can actually see it all together. I will be putting this on later on in the video to see how well it fits. Right, so as you see, these little things just clip in here. Eventually, somehow, I put it on backwards. Oh, that should be it. Ah, there it goes. Okay. So there they go. That's all clipped together. This piece, you got two nubs here. And more of these magnetic pieces. I kind of like that. All right. So that just clip. Oh, that's kind of cool. So as you saw, and I didn't know that at first, when I put this on, the sound effect actually went on like it's sealing itself. So that's kind of neat. And then last, you have the dome. All right. So the dome is locked on. So there's the helmet complete. Let's give this thing a good rotation. It has weight to it. So probably if you're going to be cosplaying with this, I will let you know there is a good piece of weight because there's a large chunk of plastic. So there's definitely weight to it. So now let's give this thing the rotation. So you have this side. You have this side. You got the back. Right, and back around to this side. So this thing is really cool looking when you have it all assembled. Let's see how well it sits. Yeah. So, yeah, this is awesome. I do like this. All right, so now we're going to get into the sounds for the helmet. So, basically, there's 4 different sounds. There's the iconic breathing. Okay. So let me hit the switch. If I can find it. Ah, here it is. And it cycles out, and you remove the dome here. All right, pop that off. And now when you remove this piece, you're going to get a decompressurization sound. All right. Okay. And then now, when you have it like this, as I said earlier, you get that raspy which was the sound that you had in Return of the Jedi when Luke took his helmet off. That was how he breathed. So that's 3 of the sounds. And then when you put this back on, line it up, you get that repressurizing sound. So that's pretty neat how they have these 4 stages of sounds for this. I didn't realize that at the very beginning until I started messing around with it. And then I got the factor that there are 4 different sounds. So that's really cool. I really dig that. So now here's the best part of this thing is trying it on. You know, I mean, yeah, this thing looks cool how it is, displayed and what have you. But the best part is we all want to wear this. We all want to feel the feel of Darth Vader's helmet. So this is really cool. I'm really excited about it. Now, one thing I didn't mention in the other part of this segment is that this comes with this little black piece. I'll show it to you in a minute. That helps you display better. It keeps the dome off of your table so it looks more forward instead of up. So I'm going to take this thing apart. All right. Oops. The dome over here. Yeah, this is the little piece I was talking about. It just fits right behind the dome and what have you. Plus, it also stops the dome from getting scratched up underneath. All right. Pull all this apart. All right, this one too. So now you don't have to pull this completely off because these parts are rubber. So it'll just wrap around your neck like this. And then you have to get it on the pieces. All right, that clipped in pretty well. And that one, so this fits pretty secure. There's no adjustments to it. It just sits on you, you know. All right. I get some pretty good head movement in here. And now for this piece, these straps are adjustable. I haven't really adjusted it for my head. So for comfort reasons, you just sit there, adjust it. There's 3 straps, so you have, I'm sorry, 2 adjustment points. So you have this one here, and then you have that one on the other side. Hopefully this works with my big old head. All right. All right, so that sound makes it known that it is secured. So this part is secured on here pretty well. All right, now for the dome. All right. So everything is secure. You get some pretty good head movement here. I can look up, down. It does feel a little loose. I'm probably going to have to adjust this piece here. But overall, it fits all right. You know, like I said, it is a little bit loose, but I don't have anything adjusted on this yet. Now, I don't know how well you can hear it, but there's definitely a reverberation when you try to talk with this helmet on. There's a spot right up in here where you can breathe through. You can obviously get your voice out, so this fits pretty well. I get some pretty good head movement in it. It may need a little bit more padding because this thing is designed for, you know, both cosplay and display. So it fits pretty well. Urgh. Whew. Okay, so my final thoughts on this thing is it's really cool. I really like it. I do feel like they put a lot of thought and effort into this helmet. I really do. The sound effects are pretty cool. Like I showed you earlier, there's 4 stages of the sound effects, so I like how they did that. That is pretty neat. I like how they did each section of the helmet. It looks really good for what it is, you know, from like the way how the helmet fits and so forth. Now, as a display piece, it's excellent. I love it as a display piece. As a cosplay piece, you know, a helmet to actually wear, you know, it does fit. Now, I didn't really adjust it that well, so it did fit a little loose on me. Maybe that's just an adjustment thing. But there's not a lot of padding in it, obviously, because they're doing it, you know, a lot of detail inside of it. So you may want to wear some sort of padding. I know, like some people do have like it's like a foam circle that they might put on their head or something for extra padding or something if you don't want to actually do any damage to the inside of the helmet. So you may want to wear some sort of padding when you wear this. But other than that, it fit pretty well. I didn't have any real issues for it. You know, that's just a suggestion if you're going to be wearing it long term. Like if you're wearing it to a con or something, then you may want to add some padding just to give you a little bit extra cushioning in there. But for short term, it's perfectly fine the way it is. Now, it is kind of funny when I was actually putting the helmet on and I'm seeing those red eyes coming down in front of my face. You know, I was thinking of that whole scene at the end of Revenge of the Sith where they're first time putting that helmet on it and it's sealing and you just get that vision in your head when you're putting this on because it has all that interior detail to it so you could actually see like the mechanics and everything coming up to your face. So you know, I thought that was a lot of fun. Definitely brought back the nostalgia. And once again, it's just a great looking piece, especially if you're a classic Star Wars fan like I am, who loved the original trilogy, grew up with this, then this is a must have. And the price point ain't too bad. I mean, for all this, for all that you saw in this video, retail now, I'm not talking about the secondhand market because the secondhand market will definitely rip you off. But retail, I got this for about 120 bucks, which isn't bad at all for what you get. I've seen Darth Vader helmets go for way more than that. So I think it's also very well priced. So at the end of the day, would I recommend this? Absolutely. I would 100% recommend this for any Star Wars fan who is a big fan of Darth Vader, loves Star Wars. I feel like this is a must piece. Excuse me, a must-have piece for your collection. So with that being said, I hope you all did like this review. If you did, go ahead and check out my Star Wars playlist and hit that like, share, and subscribe. They're all small clicks for you, but it really helps this channel grow. So until the next one, late. All right. I am your father.